stars in their eyes. Please welcome your host, Matthew Craig.
Welcome to Stars in Their Eyes. Now, before we get into the singing, I'd like to pay tribute to the fantastic Stars dancers, because most people just dance like this. I know I do. It's the British sense of rhythm, you see. A bit like Prince Philip's sense of diplomacy. Doesn't matter what kind of music it is, it's like we're waiting for the loo and there's a queue. Although these days, the only people who still dance like this are the bride's parents, TV presenters, and, of course, young Tories. So, my dancing might be duff, but everything else is bang on. But before we hear our first-class voice, let's meet our first-class act, star guest number 1.
My name is Robert Cairns. I'm 40 and I come from Birmingham. I have a lovely daughter, Hannah, who's 5. During the day, I work for Telewest Communications. In this job, I maintain the cable TV and telephone networks and have quite a lot of contact with the customers. Basically, I'm a service engineer who visits houses and repairs what needs to be repaired. Driving in my job is excellent because it gives me loads and loads of time to practice. So if you ever pull up next to me at the lights and you see me singing my head off, you'll know why. I first started singing when I was younger, when my mother introduced me to the church choir. Since then, in my late teens and early 20s, I've tried to make it in various pop groups. I'm not really an incredibly ambitious person. I just enjoy my job and my life, and look forward to my daughter growing up.
Giving up the day job for a little night work, please welcome Robert Cairns. Now, getting here for you, Robert, was just one long hair nightmare, wasn't it?
Well, yes, Matthew. I used to have very long hair, and I fancied to go at the local hairdressers, but my work colleagues, they told me that there was no way she'd be interested because she was a barber and she just cut hair short.
So what did you do?
I had it all cut off.
Yeah.
But I made the trick of leaving one of my sideburns a bit crooked. It's an excuse to go and see her.
The old wonky sideburn trick, yes,
That's
I know
right.
it well.
So then I went in there to get it adjusted.
What'd she say?
The first thing she said was, "Whatever happened to all your beautiful hair?" And she'd been admiring it from a distance for some time.
Oh, no. So did you grow it all again?
I grew it again, especially for her, right?
Yes, and then what happened?
I had a job interview.
So what happened to the hair then?
Well, I got it cut off again.
As I can see.
I did.
So what happens tonight?
You've had to make me a wig, haven't you?
Long hair again. Yeah. It's because of your daughter that you're here, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the first line of the song is, and this is a clue, of course, is,
yes.
She's my woman of gold and she's not very old.
Right, that's a very big clue. They're all going, was it Ross? Tell me a bit more about this person.
He had a string of hits in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Had an individual style of dress and stuff and wore feather boas and was the man, really.
And the feather boas might just give it away, so tell us who you're going to be tonight, Robert.
Well, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Mark Bolan.
Mark Bolan! The Electric Pixie returns of tonight, singing live, Robert Cairns is Mark Bolan!
Well, she's my woman of gold, and she's a she's my woman of gold, and she's not very old. I don't mean to be bold, but may I hold your hand? Well, she ain't no witch, and I love the way she twitch on. Well, she ain't no witch, and I love the way she twitch on. I'm a labor of love in my Persian gloves on. Well, she's faster than most, and she lives on the coast on. Well, she's faster than most. way she twitch on. Well, she ain't no picture of the way she twitch on. I'm a two-penny prince and I give a hard lover. La 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 la. 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 Oh, treat you too, girl. La 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 la. 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 Oh, treat you too, girl.
So this is what you usually look like, is it? Mm-hmm. Well, you should take the wig with you after, then it'll always be optional. Are you wearing the bracelet?
Yes.
Oh, this bracelet here is Hannah's, his little daughter's, and it's for good luck, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Cairns as Mark Boland! From pure glam to pure glamour now. Over 60 years, our next star won 14 Grammy Awards. And hoping to walk away a winner tonight, here's star guest number 2.
My name's Clara Minter. I'm 21 years old and I'm living in London. My family are from Mitcham. There's 6 of us in the family, and when we all get together, we're really, really rowdy and just get on my mum's nerves. I work part-time as a switchboard operator in a big hotel in London. I take incoming calls, faxes, and deal with customer requests and inquiries. I'm a full-time student at Brunel University. At the moment, I'm in my 3rd year, so it's come to the final crunch. I'm doing a joint honours degree in film studies and television with drama. I was always quite sporty when I was younger. I had a lot of energy in me, and I went into athletics and sports like that. I always liked tennis. So it was quite an achievement to become a Wimbledon ball girl in '94. That was excellent. It was an experience that I'll never forget. The first time I ever sung in front of anybody in the world was when I was in primary school, and we were sitting outside on the field, and Mrs. Pauls made me stand up and sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow in front of the whole school. When I was young, I didn't really like my voice at all because it's really quite husky, but now I've been encouraged and kicked in the right direction.
And the right direction is through those doors for Clara Minter! Now, this is a pretty scary assignment, but you've had some scary ones before, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Once I had to do an assignment for university, and it was important to get in because we wouldn't have been allowed on the next course.
Oh, yeah, right.
So me and my friends did an all-nighter, and we realised 20 minutes before the deadline that we had to get to university. We were still in our pyjamas, so we jumped in the car, drove down the dual carriageway, the car broke down, the police had to push us off the side of the road, and then we got in a cab, drove down to university still in our pyjamas, and then we got there just in time to hand in the assignment.
Standing there in the middle of the afternoon?
In the middle of the afternoon.
With your pyjamas on?
With our pyjamas on.
Oh, this will be nothing to you after that, then, won't it? Clara, tell me a little bit about the person that you're going to be, because I think this is a very surprising person.
The person I'm going to be was born in 1918 in Virginia. She was a jazz singer. She learned to scat from Dizzy Gillespie.
Right.
And her career lasted over 60 years, and she became known as the first lady of swing.
Tell us who you're going to be tonight, Clara.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald! Before Simply Red, she was Simply Blues. Tonight, singing live, Clara Minter, Ella Fitzgerald! That is a voice to die for. That. Mind you, I half expected you to come out in your pyjamas, actually. Honestly, whatever happens with your degree, you got a first here. And look at your parents out there. I've never seen parents so nervous before the show. They'll be thrilled with that. You okay?
Yeah, yeah.
I should think so too. Ladies and gentlemen, Clara Minter as Ella Fitzgerald. Ella was singing before rock and roll was invented, just like the star you'll meet after the break. This guy was the original bad boy. A drop of the hard stuff was never far from his lips, and as well as the whiskey, there was Italian in his blood, just like our next star guest. Find out who he is in a couple of minutes. I'll see you then. The most rock and roll show on TV. We're so rock and roll, we stay up till, 9 o'clock-ish. Oh, yeah. Behind those doors is like being backstage at a Rolling Stones concert, full of people who don't really know who they are anymore. But there's a chap who knows exactly where he's from and where he's going, and he's star guest number 3.
My name is Andrew Georgiali. I'm 31 years of age, and I come from Tottenham in North London. I live with my wife Thalia and my son George and daughter Anthea. George is 7 and Anthea is 3.5. I started singing from a young age with my brother who plays the guitar, and we get together during family gatherings as Mediterraneans, Greeks, Italians do. After our meal we always have a few drinks and we sing a few songs. One of my hobbies is acquiring old or classic cars. They don't have to be in good condition because we like to restore them. And cleaning the cars is something all the family enjoys. My mum has always wanted one of her sons to appear on stage, and I'm just thrilled that I can make her dream come true.
And he's come to the right place, so please welcome Andrew Georgiali. This man is the most multinational man I've ever met. Tell us why.
Well, I'm half Greek, half Italian, and I was born in Scotland. So I suppose that makes me a Greek, Cypro, Scot, who likes pasta.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So where does the Cypriot bit come in? Is that like your spiritual home, I suppose?
Yes, that's right. It is my spiritual home.
And you go there a lot?
I went there on my honeymoon.
Yeah.
And there's a funny story about that, because we hired a Vespa, a red one, and we had a slight accident, a few scratches on it, and we didn't have much money to repair it. So I ended up using my wife's red lipstick just to cover it up. We got away with it.
That is a top tip, and you heard it here first. Tell me a bit about the person you're going to be.
Well, he started off being a welterweight boxer, going by the name of Kid Crocetti, and he starred in over 50 films. The most famous ones being with Jerry Lewis, the comedian. Okay. And he was a member of the Rat Pack.
Tell us who you're going to be tonight.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Mr. Dean Martin.
Dean Martin! The Rat is back as tonight, singing live, Andrew Georgiali is Dean Martin!
When marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like the lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. like a flower bending in the breeze. Bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Sway me now. You know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now.
You did your mother proud. I knew you would.
Thank you.
And you know why? Because you restore classic cars for a hobby, and you restored a classic singer for us. And I want to tell you something. I want you to remember this. That this show is seen in many parts of the world, and right now, there's a little man in Cyprus going, "Dean Martin ruined my Vespa!" I think there might be a bill on its way. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Georgiali as Dean Martin! Dean Martin started in music, then moved into movies. Our next star did it the other way round. She was the first new wave movie star. In the film, her character started optimistic, became depressed, and ended up having a panic attack wearing a Dayglow leotard, which sounds like my average day. Let's see what an average day holds for star guest number 4.
My name's Amanda Taylor. I'm 23 years of age. I'm from Hull originally, but spent most of my time in Bridlington, and then moved back to Hull 2 years ago to go to college. I live with my fiancé Mike. We've lived together for a year now. I have a best friend called Sarah. She's just fantastic. I think me and Sarah get on so well because I enjoy looking after her children.
Hey, Samson.
Me and Mike don't have a family like everybody else's. We have a family of animals, and we love it that way. I've got Samson, who's my Dalmatian, and then there's Greengrass, the guinea pig. Then we have Miss Mouse. We also came upon a hamster, and she's called Delilah. I guess I am quite musical. I play the keyboard, and I play the saxophone, and I play the didgeridoo, which is good, just for good fun, really. I think I really, really would like to be a singer, because since being invited onto the show, that has given me the confidence to know that I can actually sing, and just that confidence is rewarding enough.
That's an ordinary day. Here comes an extraordinary night for Amanda Taylor. I think you did a very brave thing, because you actually got in touch with the person that you're going to be, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, tell us what happened.
I rang her PA, I explained a little bit about what I was going to be doing. So she said, leave it with me. Weeks went by, my phone rang. I ran down the stairs,
And it was
picked up the phone, and it was her. And she asked about what I was doing in a bit more detail, and then invited me to come and see one of her shows.
And you saw the show?
So last Saturday, I went to see the show.
And was she
then-
pleased that you were doing this?
Oh, most flattered. She thought she'd been forgotten.
You couldn't forget her.
No.
Well, you'll know why you couldn't forget her in a minute, because give us a few clues about this person.
Okay, she left Ireland and she went singing round the world. Some singing for US troops in Germany.
Yeah.
She, not only does she sing, she also performed in film, television and theatre.
Yeah. And how did she get famous?
When she did the wonderful film Breaking Glass.
Tell us who you're going to be tonight, Amanda.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Hazel O'Connor.
Hazel O'Connor! Breaking Glass and storming the stage tonight. Singing live, Amanda Taylor is Hazel O'Connor!
In the beginning was a world. Man said, let there be more light. Electricity and laser beams. Neon lights, the light of boring nights. On the second day, he said, let's have a gas. Hydrogen, power of the past. Let's make some germs to poison the worms. Man will never be surpassed. And he said, behold, what I have done. I made a better world for everyone. Nobody laughs, nobody cries. A world without end, forever and ever. Amen, amen, amen. On the third, we get green and blue for pie. On the fourth, we send rockets to the sky. On the fifth, magic bees and submarines. On the sixth, man professors final green. In our image, let's make robots for our slaves. Imagine all the time that we could save. Computers, machines, the silicon dream. Seventh, he retired from the scene, and he said, behold, what I have done. I made a better world for everyone. Nobody laughs, nobody cries. A world without end, forever and ever. Amen, amen, amen. On the eighth day, machine just got upset. A problem man had not foreseen as yet. No time for flight, blinding light. Nothing but a void for every night. And he says, behold, what God has done. There's not a world for anyone. Nobody laughs, nobody cries. A world without end, everyone has died. Forever, amen, amen,
You know, there's a whole menagerie of pets at your house now going, what have you done to our mum? Let me just explain to you why Amanda is looking a bit like a boil-in-the-bag munchkin at the minute. I'm feeling like one as well. It's because this is an exact replica of Hazel in the film, isn't it?
It is.
But what is even better that you've done is an exact replica of her voice.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, she'll be well chuffed with that. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Taylor as Hazel O'Connor! That's part 2 in the can. And backstage right now, our last nervous star guest is probably also in the can. Part 3 follows part 2 as surely as night follows day, sun follows rain, and Robbie Williams follows skirt. So, you sit there, I'll stand here, and we'll meet up again on this stage in about, 2 minutes. I'll wear a carnation so you'll know it's me. I'll see you in a mo. the stars in their eyes. Our fifth and final star is from Scotland, but she spent most of her career in an American state. And if you're trying to think of an American state, how about Roseanne Barr? She's American and she's in a state. So, if you need more clues, then happy to oblige as star guest number 5.
My name's Joanne Vitter, I'm 30 years old and I'm from Oldham. I live close by to my mum Betty and my sister Paula.
I share a flat with my best friend Caroline. I look after my nephews Samuel and Aaron after school, childmind for them and take them home and make the tea and play a bit of basketball and do whatever. As a child, my Auntie Maureen was a singer in the local pubs and clubs, and I used to go and watch her sing, and I always wanted to do that myself, but I was far too shy. Now and again, she used to make me get up on stage and sing an old Carpenter's song with her, but I'd only sing it if I could face the wall and not actually look at anybody. When I found out I was going to be on the show, I was at my sister's house, was all having a really nice meal, and I got the phone call, and it was just absolutely bedlam. And the meal that my sister just made ended up going in the bin because we couldn't finish it, we couldn't eat it anymore. I was just so excited.
Now she's just hungry to get through the door, so please welcome Joanne Vitter! Now, you would not believe that this poor girl wanted to just sing with her back to the audience, because you've hobnobbed with the best, haven't you?
Well, that's right, yeah. I went to a pop concert a few years ago, and there was a VIP party going on after the show backstage, and I just had to go. I wanted to be there and see who was going to be there. So everybody had passes on, but I just, like, looked so confident and just walked through like that.
And you got in?
I got in,
And who
yeah.
did you mix with?
Oh, Lulu, Bob Geldof, Polly Yates, Ross.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get found out?
I did get found out eventually because I went to the bar for a drink, but I went to pay for it with a £5 note. It was a free bar. So this sussed me out.
Tell me a bit about the person that you're going to be tonight.
Well, she was born in Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
She formed a band in 1986.
Yeah.
Before she was a singer, she was a hairdresser.
Yeah.
And they got their name from a film called Paris, Texas.
Yeah. Tell us who you're going to be tonight.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Charlene Spiteri from Texas.
Charlene Spiteri! From Scotland and Texas. Tonight, singing live, Joanne Vitter is Charlene Spiteri!
Making sense. I always make mistakes in my expense.
The difference it makes when you face the audience?
No, not that scary at all, are they?
Not at all. They're very nice people. But you had such confidence with it. There's confident smile. You really looked as if you belonged. Honestly, you
Enjoyed
really
it.
did.
It's good.
Did you?
Yeah.
Great. Don't forget, the drinks are free at the party afterwards. Even if you want to slip me a fiver, that'll be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, Joanne Vitter as Charlene Spiteri. You've seen all 5 acts. Now it's down to our studio audience to see one of them to the final. Before they let their fingers do the voting, let's remind ourselves of all 5 vocal performances. First, Robert Cairns was King of Rock Dinosaurs' Mark Bolan. Clara Minter was jazz legend Ella Fitzgerald. Then Andrew Georgiali gave us Macho Mambo as Dean Martin. Amanda Taylor was New Wave Hazel O'Connor. And Joanne Vitter was the girl from Texas, Charlene Spiteri. Studio audience, cast your votes now. And while they're deliberating, let's see if it was invigorating for our 5-star guests.
Well, I thought the dance routine was fantastic. I didn't get to see it until after rehearsals, but it worked for me anyway.
It was excellent. Once you do it, you just feel fantastic. It's excellent. I'd love to do it again.
It's going to be memories that I can take with me now and look back on with great delight.
The costume made me feel very, very like her. Even though it was a bit hot, it was worth it for the performance.
Oh, it was fantastic. I feel like I could do a bungee jump now, actually.
The vote is over. The studio audience have chosen a winner. Is it Mark Bolan, Ella Fitzgerald, Dean Martin, Hazel O'Connor, or Charlene Spiteri? And the winner is Mark Bolan! All right. OK. Shall I do the talking? OK. So you see, try to make it big in bands all through your younger days. And here you are now. Made it big here. And you got Hannah's bracelet for good luck. Well done, Hannah. Anything you want to add to that? No. No. Well done. I'm really pleased for you. You deserve it as well. Any one of the 5 could have walked back through those doors as a finalist, but our audience can choose only one, and it's Robert, who actually can't leave without giving us that winning performance one more time. So, keep your fingers crossed. Till next week, please welcome back Robert Cairns as Mark Bolan. Good night. Well done.
She's my little girl, and she's not very old. Well, she's my woman of gold, and she's not very old. I don't mean to be bold, but may I hold your hand? She ain't no witch, and I love the way she twitch on. She ain't no witch, and I love the way she twitch on. I'm a labor of love in my Persian gloves on. Well, she's faster than most, and she lives on the coast on.
If you've got the voice, we've got the stage. For details on how you could be walking through those famous doors on the next series of Stars in Their Eyes, phone 0870 400 4000 for an application form or see teletext on ITV, page 128 for more information.
switch on. She ain't no witch, and I love the way she twitch on. I'm a two-penny prince, and I give her hot love on. La 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 la.
Saturday evenings on ITV, sponsored by BT.